In his first press conference since his appointment by His Excellency President Adam Barrow in June 2024, Mr. Demba Cisse, Director General of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, addressed the media to inform the public about his agency's progress in combating drug trafficking and abuse. During the briefing, Mr. Cisse provided an update on the number of drug seizures made by the agency since he took office. He emphasized the determination of his team to remain steadfast and committed to their mission of eradicating drug-related crimes in the Gambia.
With no comparison intended, and I can report very comfortably that we have unprecedented number of seizures between July and now since I took over. Statistics-wise, we had 444 cases between July and now, involving 465 persons, of which 265 are Gambians, 365 are Gambians, and 100 are non-Gambians. The non-Gambian arrestees include Senegalese, Bissau nationals, Sierra Leoneans, Guinea-Conakry nationals, Europeans, and Americans. Most of the Europeans were arrested with hard drugs such as cocaine, some with ecstasies, and most of the Sierra Leonean nationals were arrested with coups. And of course, on a general note, most Gambians, for the most part, were arrested with cannabis. And the total number of seizures between July when I took over and now is as follows, which I can share to you, esteemed members of the press. We had 2 tons, 841 kilograms, 146 grams, 787 milligrams of cannabis, 800 kilograms of cannabis plantation, 10 kilograms, 450 grams of cocaine, 1 kilogram, 737 milligrams, and 861 of skunk, 18,876 tablets of methamphetamine, 483 grams of kush, 13 tablets of diazepam, 2 tablets of tramadol, and 10 tablets of clonazepam, 4 grams of crystal meth, and 25 grams of molly. These are new substances that are permeating our markets, the illicit drug market. Members of the press and my staff, I would like to state in very strong terms here that my team here will not lose the momentum that we have begun with.
Mr. Cisse also outlined measures taken to understand the root causes of drug trafficking and abuse, shedding light on how traffickers exploit the Gambia as a transit point. He emphasized the importance of tackling these underlying factors to strengthen the country's drug enforcement efforts.
Indeed, after a successful onboarding last July, I sat with my able team of directors and commissioners, and we look at the trajectory that this agency is heading towards at. Vis-a-vis, we look at the administrative and operational structure of the agency, we look at our staff capacities, and we look at how our agency work with other institutions, both in this country and abroad, to advance our goal of attaining our objectives. We review our goals, we review the mission and the vision of this institution so that we can maintain that trajectory and even improve on it more. Esteemed members of the press, but we did not shy away from admitting that there is widespread abuse of drugs in our neighborhoods, in our homes, and in our communities. And that, like other countries in the sub-region, this beloved country is a target of drug trafficking rings for hard drugs meant for European markets. And while we recognize a lot has been achieved in the past, we also admitted that there's a Herculean task ahead of us as a team here.
In addition, Mr. Cisse outlined the ongoing plans and measures being implemented by his agency to combat drug trafficking more effectively.
Drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking and other related transnational crimes have become big issues in this country and in the sub-region and by extension the world at large. like other countries in the sub-region, illicit drug trafficking and abuse have seen us hit by new waves of new psychotropic substances that have become very attractive to our youths. Nearly every month, we have seen new waves of illicit drugs enter the drug market with the proliferation of these substances in our sub-region. As a result of clandestine labs all over the sub-region, varying forms of synthetic drugs have become tremendous social menace, coupled with massive surge in the trafficking and dealing in hard drugs in our sub-region, including, unfortunately, the Gambia. It is for this basis that my team here deem it appropriate to review our deployment strategies so that we can bolster our operational activities to be able to contain the surge and uptick in drug abuse and the proliferation of hard drugs in our borders, across the borders to other parts of the world. And by doing so, esteemed members of the press, we quickly decided to explore minor restructuring as soon as I came in to address the existential threats, especially those related to the uptick of drug abuse in our communities and related to trafficking of drugs, particularly along our borders, vis-a-vis the airport and the land borders, particularly Jiboro and Hamdallah.
While commending the political will in support of their mission, Mr. Cisse highlighted the challenges faced by his officers, particularly in certain communities where they encounter resistance while enforcing the law. He called for greater cooperation from the public to ensure the success of the agency's operations. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Landin Cisse.